Just coming to lie down. Just finding your comfortable position. Just having the spine nice and long as it melts onto the mat. With the chin tucked in, just at the back of the neck is long. And the arms either resting on the body or just by the sides. And as you're here, just settling in. Settling into the mat. Just observing where the body is being supported. And tuning into our breaths as well. Just hearing the sounds of each inhale. And exhale. And those movements going on within. As the chest rises and lowers. With each breath. Just drawing in energy in the inhale as it fills the body. As we exhale, release and relax. Just letting go. Tuning only into this moment and your breath. And as you do, just letting any thoughts that enter drift away. Over time, just observing as that breath becomes longer without forcing it in any way. Settling in here, just letting the day wash away. And then, in the next breath or two, just taking 3 long deep breaths as we usually do. A big inhale as we fill the lungs and tummy, sighing it away through parted lips. Twice more. Those 3 breaths done, letting that breath return to normal. Just observing any difference in its quality now. And then we'll gently move as we just rock the neck from side to side. In any way you like, just awakening these neck muscles. Going over as far or as little as you like. And then, as we bring that head back to center and stillness, observing that chin still tucked in. And just give the ankles a little rotate from side to side. Bring the legs into it as well as we gently work into the hips. And then, as they come back to stillness, you can just give the wrists a little rotate. Awakening them up. And then, placing the palms of the hands down by our sides. On an inhale, we'll reach these arms up and over onto the floor behind us for a gentle stretch out. Then your exhale, as those arms gently come back down. As we repeat this, breath by breath. Inhale, reaching up and over. And if you like, bringing the toes into this as well. As we inhale up and over, flex those toes away. As we exhale down by the sides, flick the toes up. Just doing 2 more. And when you've done them, just letting everything settle back down. And then gently, just hugging the knees in towards the chest. Squeezing them in gently, just for a breath. Shoulders drop. You can have a rock from side to side if you like. If the knees go one way, maybe the head goes the other. Just massaging around this lower spine. And then we come back to center in stillness. Just exhale as these soles of the feet come onto the mat. Palms down by the sides. As we start with pelvic tilting. So having the heels quite close into the hips. As we inhale, gently powering through the feet. As those hips lift up just a smidge. As we exhale as they lower back down. Breath by breath. So as we inhale up, that small curve of the lower spine flattens on the mat. As we exhale down, that natural curve returns. Micro movement. Now, when you next come down, leaving the hips there, checking the chin is still tucked in, ready for full bridge. Palms down by our side. As we inhale, gently pressing through these feet, powering the hips up towards the sky. Not holding. As we exhale, peeling the spine back down. Twice more. That's inhale and lift. That exhale, peeling down vertebrae by vertebrae. Now, when you've had those 3, you can inhale up as you hold for 3. Or continue working breath by breath if you prefer. If you're holding, inhale, hips to the sky. Exhale, just that gentle power through the palms. As this rhythm repeats. And when you've had those 3, exhale, peeling ourselves back down. So those hips lower. As we inhale, taking a hug of each knee individually. As they draw out and up to the sides of the chest. Shoulders drop, chin tucked. You can rock here if you like, or enjoy the stillness as we counter stretch. And then, let's inhale. going to bring these knees together. You can set the soles of the feet on the floor. We're going to move it into the core. So we're just going to set ourselves up. Just going to inhale, just taking a hug around the head. You can interlock the palms, resting the head on it. Just being sure though that that chin is still tucked. And those elbows out to the side. And then, can we inhale, lifting the legs into the air so the knees are in line with the hips. Those feet are out at 90 degrees. The core should be working a little now. And then, let's make it a crunch. So inhale, gently, squeezing the elbows up towards the knees. The knees might come to the elbows. Exhale, lowering the head back down. Those knees come back to position. Twice more. Inhale. As we exhale down. Final one. Inhale, crunching, reaching up. Exhale down. Now, same move, but one elbow. So can we inhale? One elbow is coming to the opposite knee as the other leg might reach out. Exhaling back down. Other side. So, this is a slow crunch. Oh, and it's much harder. Can we do it twice more to each side? Inhale, elbow to knee, opposite leg out. Slow and controlled, using the breath. And if the leg doesn't reach out, that's fine. And when that head comes back down, you can lower the feet onto the mat. Settling here for a second. And then as we undo the arms, sending them out to shoulder height. These feet on the floor can be nice and loose. Doesn't matter where they are. Just ready for a twist. As we just start rocking the knees side to side. And with time, that momentum will build. And if it comes to the point where those knees land on the floor, just leaving them there. Perhaps taking a look over the opposite shoulder. Relaxing around into this twist. And then we'll do the other side. As we inhale to center, and exhale over. And with time, as the body just releases here, observing the breath. As we inhale back to center, taking a hug around the thighs. As we get ready to come up to sit, either rocking yourself up or rolling over to any side first. As we find our comfortable seated position, finding that spine long and light, as we just root down through the sit bones. And then with the arms, let's inhale, reaching them up. You can take a look up. As those palms come together. Maybe exhale down, through heart center, centering everything. Once more. Inhale, reaching, stretching up as we center it all back. Same move on the inhale, but a side stretch. So inhaling both arms up. Exhale over to any side. Doesn't matter where the palms land. You can reach this top arm. It's feeling the stretch in this side. That release with each exhale. Other side. Inhale, both arms up. As we exhale across. You might observe some differences on each side, which is perfectly normal. Inhale up. Palms together, exhaling down through heart center. As we interlock the palms, pushing them down. Now if this is too much on the wrists, you can flick it around. So the shoulders are dropped. Inhale, reaching up again. Have a lift on the front of the chest. You have a subtle bend in the back. Exhale, we're pushing these palms forward. The spine will curl. As we inhale, curling up. Think of your cat movement. Exhaling forward. Inhale up. Now, your next inhale up. Now reach up. Exhale. Back down to the sides. Give the shoulders a little shake off if they want. And then either rolling it through to all fours or coming over any way you like. So finding our all four position. Knees under hips. It might be wrists under shoulders. Maybe it's palms for you, fists for you tonight. With that slight lift in the chest, let's move into our full cat. Inhale, curling from the base as we look up. As we exhale, curling to look down or through the legs. Breath by breath. Feeling through each vertebrae. Bending the elbows as much as you like as you move. When we next exhale, curling down as normal. Can we sink it back into child, maintaining this curve? So as hips come towards the heels, adjusting as you need, whether that's widening the knees. Just allowing the chest and head to sink down towards the mat. Just tuning into our breaths. It's energy in the inhale. It's that release and relax with each exhale. The body settles in here. And then, slowly, can we inhale it? Back up to our all fours. As we get ready to move towards a lunge. A few bits first. Remember, Always come onto the fists if it's too much for the palms. When you're ready, inhale, sending one leg out. As we exhale, just allow that back heel to drift back. You'll get a stretch across the back of this leg. Next inhale. Can we send this foot out in line with the hips? Those toes pointing roughly forward. Maintaining this lift in the chest so it's not curving in. And then let's stretch the back of this leg. So can we slowly exhale, drawing these hips back. Now they might not go far, or the hip might come onto the foot. If the hip does come onto the foot, you can't see it, you might be able to flick those toes up. That's it. Should have a nice stretch in the back of this leg, working into those hips as well. Then can we slowly inhale back through to our all fours? Well, almost all fours. To make this a lunge, whether this happens gracefully or not, wiggling this foot in, roughly to where it needs to be. And then, big exhale. Can we shift the weight? That's it. But we probably need to adjust this front foot. So this ankle and knee are in alignment. Now you can have the palms on the mat if you like, but most of the weight is on the feet. You have the option. You can tuck the back toes under as that leg lengthens, or keep the knee on the floor. That's it. It's releasing into these hips. Now, I think one or two of us might be there already. But if you want, you can inhale up a little higher. Now you're breathing into this chest, it's giving us the lift. That's it. Careful of the balance. And then, can we exhale? We're sinking it back down. So the opposite palm of the front foot is planted, ready for a twist. To we inhale, opening up over the front leg. Looking up if you're balanced. As we exhale it, back down. You can drop that back knee. As we get ready, a big swing. This leg coming back through to our all fours. And if you need, let's give the hips a little wiggle off, just so everything's loose. And we'll do the other side. So inhaling, the other foot back. Exhale, allow the heel to draw back, feeling the stretch on the back of this leg. Can we inhale this foot out in line with the hips? Make sure it's planted. And on an exhale, you can drift these hips back. Whether they go back far or not doesn't matter. If the hip comes down to the heel, you can flick the toes up. That stretch coming across the back of this leg. Feeling the release with each exhale. And then, slowly inhaling it back to our all fours. As we wiggle this foot in towards the lunge. Now we have an option. I saw someone do this earlier, so you maybe want to peek. Exhale. exhale, shifting the weight forward, and you can lift up. But then we can plant the palms again because we need to adjust this ankle. So bringing this ankle and knee into a nice 90-degree line. The option again, tucking the back toes under or keeping that knee on the floor. This is your practice. Just giving it a few breaths, allowing the hips to release. To inhale that space in the spine. And if you want, inhaling up tall. Whether the hands are on the thighs or by the side or up, does not matter. It's this lift in the chest. As we exhale, planting down that opposite palm of the front foot, ready to inhale, opening up, that's it. We make space between each of the palms. As we exhale, planting that palm, lowering the knee, ready to swing this foot back to our all fours. Can have that little wiggle in the hips, maybe making a figure of 8. And then just drifting it all back into our child. Chest and head sinking to the mat. Letting everything settle here. Observing where we've worked. And that release and relax with each exhale. And then, slowly, and we inhale it back up, through to our all fours. Now, we're going to come into a plank. So 2 options, you can stay on the knees, or you can tuck one of the toes under, and then the other. But keep these palms, or whether it's on fists, under the shoulders. Now we're not collapsed in our plank, we're nice and lifted. And it might start to get a bit shaky about now. But we're going to lower this to the floor. Either with the legs straight or the knees bent. So we exhale, slowly lowering. Taking a brief moment of pause. And then let's tuck these elbows under the shoulders. So with the fingers spread, palms on the mat. Just drawing that breath into the chest. So the shoulders are dropped, they're not up by the ears. And if you want, without moving anything, you just pull the palms towards you. You might just feel that stretch move up the spine. And then as we exhale, let's just lower ourselves onto the mat, ready for Cobra. So bringing the palms in line with the chest. As we send the elbows back. If Cobra is not for you, let's come back to where we were. But if you're coming, that inhale, powering through the palms, lifting up tall, not holding, Exhale, tensing the buttocks, peeling the spine down. Twice more. Inhale and lift. Exhale, peeling down. Final one. When we're lowered, just take a break, whether it's holding the elbows, so you rest the forehead and the forearm, just settling down, that body just sinking into the mat, observing where it's supported. And then we have two options here. We can either come up into dog from our lying down, or you can come up into all fours first and then dog. So whatever your move, if you're coming up into dog from here, tucking those toes under, bringing these palms in line with the chest again. As we inhale up into our cobra, but can we flick those hips up? Remember, if all fours is your choice, do that instead. And in your dog, sinking that chest and head through to the mat. You can take a walk from foot to foot if you like. And in the next breath or two, let's step it forward to a forward fold. Just hands to the feet, feet to the hands. Either letting everything hang, holding ankles, or maybe holding the elbows. It's giving the head a little wiggle just so it's nice and loose. And with a subtle bend in the knees, just feeling the release in the lower spine. And in the next breath or two, let's slowly inhale as we uncurl up to our standing. Planting those feet on the mats. That chin tucked in, feeling ourselves nice and tall. And just settling here. There we go. The shoulders dropped. Give the wrists a little wiggle. Have a little swing about. Just loosen everything up. Just bring everything into this. And if you have a theme tune, you can sing that. But let's slow it down. Let's recenter ourselves. So same move as when we were seated. Let's inhale. Looking up if you like, palms together. Exhaling it all back to heart center. Once more if you like. And that should slow everything down. Now, this is a genuine question. We've done quite a bit on the thighs. Are they good? Nah. Okay, that means we're doing warrior then. So finding our nice lifted position. Taking a big step with the foot roughly a leg distance apart for warrior 2. So those hips to the side are just slightly off. As we inhale this chest nice and tall, hands on the hips to keep them even. And then exhale. Let's bend the front leg. Again, checking that knee and ankle in alignment. And with this lift in the chest, you can inhale these arms up to shoulder heights, looking across the front fingers if you're balanced. And as we hold it here, tuning into our breaths, inhale, feeling the expansion across the chest to the tips of the fingers. Maybe lowering a little with each exhale, working with our breaths. The rhythm repeats. Now, next inhale, we're going to swing it back. So inhaling the back arm, it might take a hold of a leg. You can look up towards the front palm. And our next exhale, we're swinging it all forward. Whether it's elbow on thigh or the arm is straight is up to you. Looking up at the front fingers if you like. And then the option here, if you want, is inhale as our front leg straightens. Maybe you prefer it bent. And a big inhale, swinging it all up. Releasing those arms down. Two options. You can reset yourself, or you can swivel the toes. Now, whatever you've done, just checking your position. Inhaling the length in the chest, hands on the hips. Exhale, bending that front leg again. Checking the alignment, that knee and ankle, nice straight line. Inhaling the arms up if you want, this chest nice and lifted. As we look over the front fingers. Repeating the same on this side. Inhale, expansion in the chest as if we're making the arms longer. Maybe exhale, releasing down a little more. Just tuning into your breath, being guided by it. As we inhale, can we swing it back? Front arm going up, looking up if you're balanced. As we exhale, all the way to the front, whether it's elbow on thigh or the arm is straight. Looking up at the front, top hand if you're balanced. And the option, inhale as you straighten the front leg, or keep it bent. And inhale everything up. Keep these legs wide though. We can flick the toes roughly 30-45 degrees. With the hands on the hips, can we make this a forward bend? That inhale, that lift. As we exhale, tipping forward to halfway. Your halfway point, having a lengthening inhale. As we exhale and release, the arms are either on the mat in front, holding the ankles or the elbows. This is whatever you want. You can have a bend in those knees as well if you like. Just releasing, relaxing. Just finding length in the spine. Breathing space in between each of the vertebrae. And then, slowly, inhale ourselves up. 2 are standing. Whether it's a big step or a zigzag in, it's up to you. You can have that rotate, ease off if you like. And then let's get these feet planted, ready for our tree. If you want to use a wall, you can set yourself up now. We just root all the weight down through the feet first before we move. When you're ready, you can inhale as we lift one heel up. As we inhale, the knee up in front. Give the ankle a little shake off if you like. As we exhale this knee out to the side, we have the other arm or the wall as a balance. And if you're still taking your time, tucking the foot in, whether it's high or low. As we inhale, reaching, stretching up, palms together, exhaling them down through heart center, the shoulders dropping. You can draw the tips of the thumbs onto the chest if you like. Drawing the breath in to the palms. As we root down through the standing feet. Just settling, relaxing here. And then, in your time, let us gently exhale, planting everything down, ready for the other side. Just rooting the other foot down as we inhale, lifting the other heel, always having this lift in the chest. So bring the knee up in front, shake off of the ankle if you did before. As we exhale out to the side, have the arm as a balance. And when you're still, tucking the foot in. And when you found this, that's inhale, reaching, stretching up. Palms together, exhaling them down through heart center. So shoulders drop. Maybe the tips of the thumbs on the chest. Just draw the breath in here. Each inhale finding a little more lift. And each exhale rooting it down through the standing foot. Finding your calm and stillness. And one side might be different to the other. That's perfectly normal. And then, in your time, gently root ourselves down. You can have that shake, rotate off. And then we'll just have a quick stretch across these shoulder blades. So, from our standing, it's that subtle bend in the knees. We inhale the arms out to shoulder height. Exhaling one elbow on top of the other. Now you might be able to wrap the palms to touch, or the back of the palms, or have a hug. Let's lift these elbows up to shoulder height. Rooting down through the standing feet, observing the stretch across the shoulder blades. With that bend in the knees, can we exhale, tipping forward to halfway, finding that length at your halfway position, and then exhale and release. See if that stretch moves a little further up the spine. And as we inhale, back up to our standing. As we unravel the arm, ready for the other side. So with the other elbow on top, again this side might be different, palms might not touch. So you bring the elbows up to shoulder height. Again observing the stretch, maybe a bit different on this side. And with that bend in the knees, exhaling forwards or halfway. As we inhale our length here, and exhale, releasing down. And inhale, slowly uncurling, back up, releasing those arms down, shoulders dropping. We can just interlock the fingers behind us. So we're coming into a forward fold and then dog, so probably around about mid-mat. Before we go, let's just pull them away so these shoulder blades are coming together. A subtle bend in the knees. Then exhale, leading with the palms. Just let this draw us down into our forward fold. These arms reach up. And the next exhale, can allow these arms to fall into a regular forward fold. And then, in the next breath or two, let's walk it down into dog as we plant the palms, stepping the feet back, those hips up to the sky. If you want to have a walk or enjoy the stillness, it's all up to you. And lower down at any point via all fours into your child. But if we're still up, let's think about rolling down in the next breath or two. Down via all fours as we untuck the toes. Sinking back into our comfortable child position. That chest and head sink to the mat. Just tuning into your breath here. And that releasing and relaxing. And then, in the next breath, let's inhale up to our all fours to come through to lie down. So from your all fours any way that you want, or crossing the ankles as you roll over them. Scooting to the front of the mat. With that nice loose bend in the knees. Inhale, spine lengthened. Arms up for balance. Can we exhale? Peeling down, keeping the gaze forward. Slow and controlled. Lovely. Just hugging the knees in. When you're down, whether it's having a rock or enjoying the stillness. And from here, you can just inhale as we lift the arms and legs up into the air, as much as the bends as they need so they can just hang. Just observing the weight of them pressing the shoulder blades and the hips and lower back onto the mat. You can have a rotate of the wrists and ankles if you like. It's being sure to go both ways. And then, as we inhale, drawing the arms through the legs, taking a hold of the outer edges of the feet, so his knees draw out and up. That's it. Rocking or still is up to you. And then, in your time, working your way down to the mat. Whether those feet are straight, the knees are bent, and the arms either by the side or resting on the body. Just being sure the chin is tucked in a comfortable position for you. Just relax. As we just tune back in to our breath. Settling into the mat here. Hearing the sounds of each breath and those movements going on within. Just allowing the breath to lengthen. As we lay here, just visualize a ball of brilliant white light just hovering above you. And feeling its warmth radiating in your skin. And the energy coming from it. As you inhale, it's observing this white light flowing into the body. As it warms and energizes. With the exhale, as that light diminishes, as it carries away any tension and stress. It's bit by bit, as we fill the body with this light. We will guide it around. As we inhale, that light travels towards the head, swirling around the head, energizing each part of it. And as we exhale, that light diminishing, leaving the head calm and relaxed. We inhale this light now around the neck. And then moving this light towards the shoulders and collarbone. And then down through the left arm, all the way to the tips of the left fingers. And then down through the right arm to the tips of the right fingers. This light now swirls around the chest and upper back. As it moves to the ribs and mid-back. Down to the tummy and lower back. And then the hips and pelvic floor. Releasing, relaxing with the exhale. As we inhale, that light moves down through the left leg, down through the ankle, all the way to the left toes. And as that light now moves down through the right leg, through the right ankle, towards the right toes. And for the next breath or two, just inhale as we let this light fill the whole body. The whole body beaming with this bright, warming, energizing light. And we exhale. This light gently drifts away, taking away any remaining tension or stress. The whole body calm, warm, relaxed, and energized. And as you look, you see this ball above you just floating away. As we draw ourselves back to the present moment, feeling the earth beneath us. As we hear the sound and the air touch our skin, we can begin to wiggle the toes and fingers. And if you like, hugging these knees in towards the chest, whether rocking or still, your choice. And in time, as we gently roll over to any side, with a brief moment of pause, as we lift ourselves up to our comfortable seated position, finding that spine long and light again. For a few last conscious breaths. As we inhale, reaching the arms up. comes together, exhaling everything back to heart center. As we bow our head. Namaste.